watching a lot of these Australian crews in action on the weekend as well. And we're about to get underway in the open lightweight men's quad sculls, and Sydney in lane 2.
Yes, so much like the women's category that we just saw, these lightweights have to weigh in at 70.2 kilograms as their crew average. So again, a very even playing field. All of these athletes weighing about the same. They're all about the same weight despite their various sizes, and it does make for a very even playing field, and quite interesting in how you might separate the weight amongst the crew as well, because of course it's the crew average that's 70.2 kilos, so can be a good tactic to have a lighter crew member on board.
Well, FISA at one stage there was looking to eliminate the maximum, weren't they? Because concerns were raised about medical conditions with rowers wasting.
Yeah, that's right. And especially for the smaller members to have to take weight for some of the heavier members, it can become quite a tricky game to manage.
All right, in lane 5 it is the Buckingham Composite from Tasmania. In lane 2, Sydney. In lane 3, Toowong. In lane 4, Adelaide University. 5, it's the Buckingham Composite. In lane 6, the Commercial Composite. Jack Price, Tim McDonnell, Adam Kajichi and Toby Pitt now in this crew. So there have been some changes made to the Commercial Composite, which was Toowong number 1. Balmain in lane 7. And in lane 8, it was a Toowong Composite as well. That is now a Mercantile Composite. A change there with Connor Grace coming into the crew. Andrew Hodges has been moved into the crew in lane 3. So we're away in the open lightweight men's quad sculls at the Sydney International Regatta Centre. In the centre of the course, the Buckingham Composite of Ashley Reardon, Daniel Bloomfield, Wesley Young and Lewis Hendy, coached by David Paulson, out pretty quickly. On the far side of the course, in lane 2, it is Sydney with Dennis Bernardson, Simon Nola, Dean Robinson and Hugh McLeod. And Hugh McLeod was in the under-23s in 2006. They won a bronze medal at the World Titles in that year, but they currently lead by about a canvas at the moment, or half a canvas, as we can see it stroke for stroke. And in lane 7 it is the Balmain Composite with James Waldersee, William Clark, Joseph Gubler and Jack Hanley. And they rode as a pair too, I notice, James Waldersee and William Clark. But it is the crew in lane 2 at the moment, Sydney, and they are currently leading by about a canvas.
And they are a seasoned crew. These guys have been training together for some time now, and I believe they're also doubling up in the Penrith Cup tomorrow at the Interstate Regatta as the lightweight men's 4 for New South Wales. So this is a good chance for them to have a hit out here at the National Championships to prepare for their big race for their State of Origin tomorrow.
It is pretty close though as we look at the boats across the course. We can see in lane 2 it is Sydney. In lane 6 it is the combination, the Commercial Composite, with Toowong also heavily involved in this crew. And there has been a bit of illness in Toowong rowing, but Toowong very much regarded as one of the centres, one of the hubs of lightweight rowing in Australia. And as we come through 500 metres, we can see right across the course it is the Buckingham Composite from Tasmania in lane 5, just moving up the centre of the course. In lane 2 it is Sydney, and in lane 7 the Balmain Composite. Balmain, just having a look at them at the moment, they seem to be going along nicely, but still in lane 2 it is Sydney and Dennis Bernardson, Simon Nolan, Dean Robinson, Hugh McLeod, coached by Tom Morris, a very experienced coach coming through too. On the far side of the course we can see this Sydney crew. They lead by about half a boat length, possibly a canvas over the rest of the crews. In the centre of the course in lane 5 it is the Buckingham Composite from Tasmania. In the heats I noticed too that Buckingham won by about 11 seconds from Adelaide University, so a pretty decisive victory there. That enabled them to get lane 5 in the centre of the course. But at the moment it is Sydney, Buckingham Composite in second place.
And fantastic conditions as we can see out here. The crew there in the lead just sculling along. They don't have too much to be concerned about. They do have a couple of crews on their left-hand side, but all in all they're doing it fairly comfortably. And I think we'll start to see the pressure come on as we get towards the 1,000-metre mark. The middle of the race is where the tactics really start to come in. This is where the games start to be played. It is important to get a solid start, and obviously everyone digs in deep for the last 250, but the middle of the race, the middle 1,000, is where the tactics come into play.
This could be a nice battle too. In lane 2 it's Sydney, and in lane 7 we have this Balmain Composite coached by Nick Garrett, also Liam Jones involved too. As they move through we can see that on the far side of the course it is still Sydney in first place, closely followed by the crew in lane 7, that is the Balmain Composite, and in lane 6 the Commercial Composite with Toowong. Originally this crew, the Commercial Composite, was going to be Toowong number 1 with Price, McDonald Kachitsky and Toby Pitt have rearranged things a little bit, and that's the reason why there has been a name change. But they're looking nice at the moment. Have battled injury and illness through the week, and it is great to see them on the water, but it's still Sydney out in front. Quite an experienced group. Have a look at some of the things they've done. Of course, Simon Nola won gold at the National University titles as well, and they lead now by almost a boat length, Sydney, over the rest of the field. In second place, it is still the Balmain Composite, and in third, it is Commercial Toowong.
Yes, Balmain making good work of this commercial crew there to their right, and they look very polished, and of course coached by Nick Garrett is one of their coaches, the coach of the Australian Women's 8 in London last year. So I was fortunate enough to be a part of that crew and to be coached by Nick, and he really is about racing tough, about racing well, but most importantly rowing well. He has a pure love for rowing and the rowing stroke, and he's been a very decorated coach throughout his career here in Australia, and I'm not surprised to see his crew up there pushing for a medal.
And we can see the coaches on the bikes on the far side of the course too, just having a look at just how they're going. And at the moment it is Sydney currently leading, Balmain with the traditional stripes currently in second place in lane 7, and in lane 6 coming in third place it is the Commercial Composite Toowong. As they push it through 1,500 metres, it is still Sydney now leading by a length.
So in this last quarter of the race, the boys have just come through the 500 to go. This is where it gets serious, and this is where it starts to hurt. The third 500 is about digging deep, but the last 500 is who can bite the bullet, who can take the chance, who can be brave enough to take the sprint. And it really is a case of who wants to put it out there, who wants to take it first. And we can see that the Sydney crew has taken the challenge. They have absolutely taken the challenge, and they're starting to open up over clear water over that Balmain crew. They've really bit down, and they're absolutely racing for it. It's very exciting to see them taking this lead, last 250. It's literally 30 strokes from here, and the rowers would be counting it as 10s. 10-stroke push, then they'd have a 10-stroke push on another focus, 10-stroke push on another focus, and that will bring them into the line. But it's about maintaining technique here, but also driving down and just basically gritting your teeth, closing your eyes and going for it.
100 metres to go. It is Sydney out in front, and they lead by almost 2.5 boat lengths. In second place, it is the Balmain Composite on the far side of the course. It is all Sydney as they push it towards the line now with about 50 metres to go. Sydney well out in front. They look across to the left-hand side of the course. They realise the challenge isn't there from the Balmain Composite. Balmain have got a struggle on their hands to finish in second place, because on the inside of the course it is the Commercial Composite and Toowong, but crossing the line now in first place it is Sydney. Battle on for second, but Balmain hang on to win the silver medal, and in third place in lane 6 it is the Commercial Toowong Composite, and they finish in third place. But a dominant performance there by Sydney. They led almost from start to finish, and they are spent. Dennis Bernardson, Simon Nola, Dean Robinson and Hugh McLeod. They're won, and their coach Tom Morris, he'd be overjoyed with the way his crew, no doubt, stuck to the race tactics, leading from start to finish. They blew the rest of the field away, and they won in comprehensive fashion in the open lightweight men's quad sculls. They're spent.